Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it's time for our level 52 Machinist quest. We're going to start off today with our minion roulette. Giving us... who do we have today? Little wolf pup, hello there. Oh, yes, I was trying to do things with the UI closed and I hit the wrong button. Oops, I was trying to be clever and I fucked it up. Oh well. Oh, my god! What? Hello! I mean, yes, that makes sense, but... hi! Did not expect to see Biggs and Wedge here of all... I mean, this, if there's anywhere they're going to be in Ishgard, it's here. But, didn't expect it. Seeing your ideas take shape before you, this is why I became an engineer. Glad to see you two have a place to work. Rivet 8 check, Rivet 9 check, Rivet 10 If you could just let me finish this, I'll be with you in a moment. Rivet... oh, blast. Sorry for distracting you, Wedge. Best of luck, you two. Did not actually know they were there. That's great. Anyways, hello, Stephanivian. Stephanivian would ask for your assistance in his latest project. There you are, Satora. It would seem that 'tis not only Joye, but her father as well who has vanished from the city. Celesto is out asking questions, but there are few answers to be had. Rather than sit here on our hands whilst we wait for a revelation, however, I would prefer we begin preparations for our engagement alongside House Zamael. The Zamaels have been struggling to restore the township of Falcon's Nest, an enterprise that has been interrupted time and again by marauding Durvani. The signs and a steady trickle of scouting reports suggest that the dragons are massing for a significant assault on the settlement. Its fortifications are not yet complete, and 'twill be the aim of the Allied operation to defend these half-finished structures from the ravages of the Horde. I expect House Halenar shall be positioned on the front lines of this conflict. Should we fight well, the dragons will be routed. Should we fight poorly, our reputation will suffer. From Lord Tettlegrinch's perspective, either result is a victory. For the future of machinistry, however, we cannot afford to fail. Thus have I focused my energies towards designing an attachment that will improve our chances of success. Now the problem, which I was hoping you might help me solve, is the acquisition of suitable components. The swiftest way to create new technology is by repurposing the old. To that end, I would have you infiltrate Castrum Sentry and salvage a goodly number of War Machina parts. The Garleans there may take a dim view of your efforts to liberate their supplies. Oh! Alright then, I guess we're heading back to Mordona. So we can go bust into Castrum Sentry and steal a whole bunch of pieces from them. Sounds like a reasonable enough plan. Let's just switch into clothing appropriate for the weather. And let's get moving. Alright, so we are looking for 3 crates in the Castrum that we can liberate supplies from. Let's start from the northwest and work our way to the southeast. We got something over here. Guarded, of course, by the 6 cohorts, because of course they're not just going to let us take it that easily. And down you go. Now give me what you have in this crate and I'll be on my way. I just need to steal some supplies. I know y'all are still like barely struggling to survive after we really screwed everything up for you. Really just destroyed all of your leadership. I know you're doing the best you can to survive now, but really these supplies, I need them for myself. They're not for you anymore. That's what you get for being colonizers. Oh, damn, wasted my reassembled. Oh, well. Grab that loot. And one more to go. Alright, where are we stealing from this time? This one? Sounds good. Alright, you know what? If you ever want to come join the fight, do it. For now, I've got a Vanguard I need to fight. Alright, well, I'm far too overpowered to even use my abilities. That's just a shame. Let's loot the crate and get back to Ishgard. Alright, hello there, Stephanivian. I bring to you the War Machina parts you wanted. With Joye gone from the workshop, I have no one else to whom I can entrust such duties. 'Tis no simple task, I know, but I must have those components. Yeah, no problem. Splendid, these parts will do much to speed the construction of my invention. Now, if only Joye were returned to us. Despite Cecilisto's most earnest efforts, however, it would appear that his contacts in the Brume have elected to spurn his inquiries. I sense an unseen hand and a sizable purse behind this sudden rash of reticence. Mayhap if you were to ask over the old hunter's disappearance instead, then the Brume inhabitants would be more forthcoming. Yeah, if they aren't as aware of me and my connections to the guild, that might work. I do really hope Joye is okay, and her father missing too. What is happening to them? For them, with them. Whatever the correct word is there. Hi, I'm looking for a woman named Joye. Oh, hi, the cranky old hunter. And her father, yes. I hear he got himself paying work and saw his little girl get married on the same day. The husband said to be the brother of some famous carpenter and that he don't even need a job to get by. Oh. Okay. So they got very lucky. Who? You mean the one whose daughter caught herself a husband in Falcon's Nest? He's probably there with her, ain't he? Alright, Falcon's Nest is a good place to look. Looking for someone related to a carpenter? In Falcon's Nest. And that old hunter fellow? I thought he'd left to start a new job someplace else. He's always cursing how his old wounds kept him from practicing his trade, but I suppose he found himself something new. Okay. That is a bunch of leads. New work, taking the father elsewhere. And Joye likely living off in Falcon's Nest with the brother of a carpenter, was it? We have at least a place to look. I've never had a fellow commoner refuse to talk to me before. Is this what it feels like to be an outsider? I mean, they talk to me well enough and I'm an outsider. Were you able to wring any information from the Brume? I was. It sounds like Joye might be in Falcon's Nest. A new job for him and a new husband for his daughter in Falcon's Nest. They've been taking on a good number of laborers and such to help with the town's restoration. Even a half-crippled old hunter might find some kind of work for himself there. Yes, my prospectometer points unerringly to the west. We shall head to Falcon's Nest and seek out Joye and her father. Sounds good. Alright, let's go hop aboard a chocobo and make our way over there. Alright, arriving in Falcon's Nest. Where are you, Joye? Hello, Stephanivian? Where should we start looking? She must be here somewhere. I guess we just gotta keep a look around until we spot her. Any sign of her? His lordship? What is he doing here? Joye, please, I ask only that you listen a moment. Will you and your husband not consider working for me in the manufactory? I can't do that, me lordship. I can't be a machinist no more. It's best for everyone if I leave that life behind. What do you mean, best for everyone? You're going to need to give us actual information, Joye. What do you mean, best for everyone? Is that what's best for you? All I want for me is a simple life, one that doesn't cause problems for those who've shown me such kindness. What problems? I'm glad we could talk this one last time, me lordship. I'll be praying that you and your machinists get the recognition you deserve. I always thought Joye was happiest when she had the stock of her flintlock in hand. Will she now sacrifice that happiness for the satisfaction of others? Yeah, she either has a bad case of imposter syndrome, or far more likely, given the big purse of coin apparently going around, someone's threatening her? Or is it that she never truly wished to be a machinist and merely suffered the training at my insistence? No, don't talk like that. We already established, somebody's paying off the Brume to not talk to us. By arming the commoners, was my intention to place them on an equal footing with the nobles who seek to rule them. But caught in the throes of self-righteous ambition, mayhap I have treated them no better. I have not been around long enough to say if that's true or not. A level of self-awareness is definitely good and necessary, but you don't strike me as that type. Seems his lordship is having himself a crisis of faith. Might be as you can lend him a sympathetic ear, eh? I'll join you back at the workshop in a bit. There's something I want to look into first. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, no, I'm more convinced that there's conspiracy afoot to keep Joye away from us. Alright, looks like we gotta head back to Ishgard. And sadly, the path back to Ishgard by foot is still closed. I forget when in the story this opens up, but eventually this gate will open and we can just walk into Ishgard. Which, granted, we're not literally walking into Ishgard. The implication is you hop on a black chocobo and they fly you to Ishgard from here. But for now, they want us to take the damn chocobo porter, so that's what I'll do. Sir? Is anybody going to help them? Oh God. Don't look down. Someone get up there and help them. The stairs don't go up there. Oh God. Oh God. Well, there's literally nothing I can do. I'm not allowed to ride mounts or fly in town, so, good luck. Oh, dear God. I love the little NPC, like, things. The things they have the NPCs do in the background that you can spot as you run around. It's always worth keeping your eye open, even if it leads to horrifying things like that. Alright, any luck, Celestial? Welcome back. You got back before me, which is surprising. I have run my prospectometer through all possible permutations, but the result is always the same. We focus on preparations for the Allied operation. So we just give up on bringing Joye back? Should we fail House of the Mail, then the reputation we built at the tourney will crumble into dust. We would have to begin again, brick by painful brick. A moment, me lord. I lingered behind in Falca's nest to see if I could find Joye's father, but he was nowhere to be found. I've got a feeling something ain't right here. If Joye herself has no wish to be a machinist, then what more can I do? This is not my place to meddle in her affairs. Oh, I see how it is. I thought you'd differ from them other nobles, but you're all the same. Only interested in helping commoners as long as they're doing your bidding. That's not quite fair, Celestial, but I do see your points. Well, I've had enough of taking orders. It's time I went my own way. My grand plans for the future of machinistry. Have they all been in vain? We've come this far. We can't give up now, but we need to figure out what's actually happening around here. We have you and I. Speaking of which, I had promised to use those components you brought me to build a new weapon. If not else, we have certainly made advances in the field of machinistry, and such a tangible measure of progress cannot be ignored. Yes, my prospectometer was so overloaded with peripheral problems, I failed to see the practical evidence of our success. The path is steep and our steps are small, but that does not mean the destination is beyond us. I will ask much of you in the coming days, Sator, and I shall see that you are the most well-equipped machinist in the short history of machinistry. I don't like this. Celestial changed his tune very quickly, and I thought Stephanivian's reasoning was, like, not great, but understandable. He feels like Joye left of her own volition. He doesn't want to force her to come back. That would be shitty if he's correct that she left of her own volition. But sounds like Celestial is absolutely convinced there's a conspiracy afoot. I agree with Celestial. Stephanivian does not. So I don't think Stephanivian's being an asshole here. I think he's just giving up. Alright, we have a new ability, Auto Crossbow. Delivers an attack with a potency of 140 to all enemies in a cone before you. Can only be executed when firearm is overheated. So, Auto Crossbow is the AoE equivalent of our two single target overheated abilities. We'll show how this works into the rotation in just a minute. Okay, let's move Auto Crossbow over to our AoE hotbar. I suppose here... Oh, wait a minute. No, crap, what am I doing? Okay, I know what I have done wrong here. I mistakenly thought it was going to be a replacement for Ricochet and... Oh god, what was the other one? Gauss Round, but no, it's not. It complements them. It's a replacement for Heat Blast. Okay, let's get out to Falcon's Nest so we can get access to those training dummies, and we'll show off how this works. It's really simple. Really, really simple. But it's still worth showing. Alright, made it back to Falcon's Nest with the training dummies. Let's get started on our AoE rotation. So how this is broadly going to work is, once we've built up enough heat to be able to use our heat gauge, which will take just a moment. But when we're fighting multiple enemies and using our AoE rotation, eventually we'll have enough heat to use Hypercharge. And from there, instead of using Heat Blast, we'll be using Auto Crossbow instead. Very quick cooldown, does not recharge Gauss Round and Ricochet. But I do believe it is overall worth it. I would need to check the exact potency numbers to be sure. Let's go ahead and reset the striking dummies. Who else is still pissed at me? You. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the potency. So, we've got Heat Blast, which... Where is it? Oh gosh. Where the heck is Heat Blast? There it is. Heat Blast, let's see. I'm gonna want to write this down. So Heat Blast is 200 potency. It's 200 and then gives half of a recharge to both Gauss Round and Ricochet. Where are they? Gauss Round? Yeah. So plus half of Gauss Round would be 65. And then half of Ricochet would be 65 plus AoE effect. So that would be... Okay, so about, let's see, 200 plus 130 plus an extra 32.5 potency for every additional enemy. On the other hand, we have Auto Crossbow, which is just 140 to all enemies. So the single target would be 330 plus an additional 32.5 per additional enemy. So I guess, let's see, at what point would this break even? We need to have at least 3 enemies for Auto Crossbow to be doing more than the single target guaranteed. At 2 enemies, it'd be doing 280 potency, which is less. At 3 enemies, it'd be 420, while the single target would be doing something like 350. So yeah, 3 enemies or more, Auto Crossbow is going to be overall better in terms of potency onto enemies than the single target. And that's about standard for how how AoE combos usually work. 2 or 3 enemies, and it's going to be more beneficial to use your AoE combo. So while it may not recharge Gauss Round and Ricochet, it is overall much more effective. So that's good to know. Awesome. So that is our new ability for Machinists and progressing the Machinist questline. Whew, the Machinist Guild's kind of fallen apart. Let's hope we can pull this back together real quickly before things really go to hell. Because we don't want the house to lose all their standing that we worked so hard to get for them. Alright then, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, it's time for a Astrologian quest, I believe. I'll see everyone next time for that.